I invite you to speak out with renewed vigor and unyielding courage against the stereotypes and negative social norms that dare to question women's ability and role in political leadership. We must dismantle these myths precisely because, if left unaddressed, they become the toxic fuel that drives systemic discrimination, harassment, and violence against women and girls worldwide. In my view, the real question we must mandate our institutions and societies to answer is this: how can we stop treating women leadership as an extraordinary, benevolent exception? And finally, recognize parity as a normal, baseline condition of a healthy, functioning democracy. This is precisely why combating stereotypes and negative social norms is so vital for contemporary statecraft. A stereotype falsely dictates that leadership is inherently male, is inherently masculine. A stereotype unjustly labels an ambitious woman as overly emotional or strategically dismisses her either too young or too old or too inexperienced or experienced in the wrong arena. Stereotypes attempt to confine women exclusively to the domain of care responsibilities while systematically denying them access to real structural political power. Across the world, it is tragically considered acceptable that women must wait longer to ascend to power and endure far harsher, more hypocritical scrutiny once they achieve it. There is absolutely nothing natural, just, or acceptable about this status quo. Dear colleagues, dear friends, stereotypes are never harmless social observations. They are powerful filters that actively dictate who is encouraged to run for public office, who receives financial backing, who is taken seriously by the media, who is believed, who is targeted for harassment, and whose voice is ultimately amplified or silenced in the halls of parliament. Stereotypes are dangerous weapons of exclusion that deny half of the global population equal representation. This exclusion does not happen by accident. Dear colleagues, dear friends, it is deliberately sustained by archaic rules, institutional habits, biased financing system, complicit silence, and structural patriarchy. And because it is artificially sustained, it can and it must be systematically dismantled by our collective will.